Hey everybody, Invisiblekatana here. Doing a reaction for the Resident Evil showcase. Finally, I got something in my lap. I almost dropped. As you can see, weird setup. I'm testing out all this stuff. I got my Rodecaster Pro. That's what these pretty little lights are. I was like, oh, that looks nice. It's festive. I don't know. I was tired of setting up. I'm done. I don't even know if this is where the mic is always going to be. It might be. I actually feel slightly comfortable with this now. It's weird just having this giant thing here, but that's I don't know. It's all a madness. It's all madness. It's all a test. I got my camera recording. I got the Rodecaster Pro separate. I was going to try to do OBS, and then I was like, that's too much extra stuff to possibly have work and possibly not have work when I'm not even streaming. I'm just doing a reaction, which I prefer to do. I just hit the F and arm, which I prefer to do like this, separate it. Anyway, getting into the Resident Evil showcase. As you can see behind me, Snorlax, my co-host, of course, but also I always do this, and then I'm like, that does nothing for you guys because clearly it's more like this. But Claire and Leon, I'm still doing it. Not even Claire. Jill and Leon back there for Resident Evil 2 and 3 Remake Collector's Editions. I did look up the RE8 thing, which I didn't even think of. I was like, oh crap, I might be screwed and the pre-order might go down, or it might be sold out. And then I was like, I checked it and everything was fine. So I'll wait until after I do this to decide PS4 or PS5. I always said I was always going to wait for sure for God of War. But then it was like, ooh, Resident Evil. I was like, I always said, like, I don't really care about Resident Evil. Cyberpunk messed that up for me, where I was like, I don't care about the last gen version. It's Resident Evil. I'm gonna love it. And then Cyberpunk effed up, and that doesn't mean Resident Evil will. Capcom. But still, scared me. But before we get into Resident Evil 8, in honor of Chris Redfield and his muscles, we have the Resident Evil 5 vinyl album here. So we're gonna have this in the background, and that will be our little art piece for today. So we're gonna get going. I totally just did. I just screwed up my whole recording. Okay, never mind. I hit the button. I have a back button on my mouse and I hit the button. Okay. Here we go. That looks ugly.
Hey everyone, thank
This
you
looks
so
really
much for
ugly.
joining us today, and welcome to our Resident Evil showcase. I'm your host, Brittany Brombacher, here to give you a closer look into what Capcom has coming up for the Resident Evil franchise.
I knew something was off. Okay. So after a little mix-up, I had the Spanish channel going, so it had like had the subtitles on. Skip. Here we are, world premiere. It must have been like, too far. I went too far. This is totally different. I don't know what I'm doing. No, it's not different. Okay, here we go. Jesus. I know everybody's talking about the tall lady. I get it.
Hey everyone, thank you so much for joining us today, and welcome to our Resident Evil showcase. I'm your host, Brittany Brombacher, here to give you a closer look into what Capcom has coming up for the Resident Evil franchise. We'll be kicking things off with some brand new content and an exclusive first look at Resident Evil
the merchant
gameplay that you do not want to miss. So without further ado, let's get started.
Village. So I doubt any of this will come up, but if they even reference the Resident Evil Revelation stuff where it was like, this was supposed to be Revelations 3, I'm good. I'm excited. Because they didn't leave Alex out of the RE3, RE Resistance. They had Alex Wesker in there, and I was like, that's a big deal. They are not forgetting. So we shall see. But I'm so excited for this. I can't wait to see how this works, which they might explain. But I'm looking forward to what the village is. In my head, I'm like, the village seems like it's the hub, but you can travel slightly outside of the village. But then that helps you unlock, like, getting to the castles probably later, stuff like that. So I'm curious.
Ethan Winters has escaped that fool Heisenberg. Because he is in my castle and has already proven too much for my daughters to handle. When I find him, No, Mother Miranda. Yes, of course, I understand the importance of the ceremony. I won't let you down.
RE engine.
Can someone please
That
tell
totally
what
makes
the
me,
hell
it reminds
is
me
going
of
on?
classic Spencer Mansion. Just the staircase, honestly.
Nothing but blood and death.
Ooh. You know what? I think I can get a PS5 now. I think I can get a PS5. I mean, I'll wait until May, but I think I'm ready. I think I'm ready. Like, you know, Resident Evil, like, you know, I'm ready for a PS5 now. Resident Evil. I thought it wouldn't matter, but
Well, Ethan Winters. There you are.
okay. That was a heck of a trailer because that seemed really long, and yet I got nothing. I'm like, that was a lot. That felt like a lot of stuff, and I'm just like, confusing.
Ethan Winters.
That's Dante. That's Dante in disguise. That's who that is. Maybe he's on drugs in that
That
scene.
was
They drugged
amazing,
him,
but
and
I still have so many questions.
Yeah.
Like, when can I pre-order this thing? Perhaps producer Pete Fabiano has some answers for us. Let's see what he has to say.
Hey everyone, I'm Pete Fabiano, producer on Resident Evil Village. When we first announced Resident Evil Village back in June, we only mentioned PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, and PC. I'm happy to announce we've been working hard to bring the survival horror experience onto current generation consoles as well.
you know, it's funny.
Resident Evil
Technically,
Village
PS4 and Xbox
also
One are last gen because once the new gen is out,
Xbox One,
it's last
day
gen.
and date with next gen.
That's kind of funny.
The PS4 version can be
Okay.
upgraded for free to the digital PS5 version. And the Xbox One version gives you free access to the game on Xbox Series X with smart delivery.
Okay.
It's also my pleasure.
I don't have to get a
tell you
PS5.
Exactly when you can get your hands on the game. Resident Evil Village
But
will be available worldwide
May
on
7th. Okay.
2021. With pre-orders
Because that's not too
kicking
far.
off
That's not too far from the original day because it was supposed to be April if I'm not
we have a
mistaken.
few other options for the game. First,
The
we have
deluxe
Digital
edition.
Deluxe Edition.
So this
Available
I
on
saw
all
and I thought,
Players
the
will be able
tape
to
recorder
pick
I thought was
survival horror
very
experience
interesting.
with extra content, including
They got the
in-game items that call
RE7
back to Resident Evil 7
yeah.
versions. There's also a
I love the
collector's edition for consoles.
so it says
It
poster,
includes
but
all
it's
the
like
deluxe
terry
edition
cloth and it's a
as
map.
well as a striking figure of Chris
I love the
Redfield,
steelbook
a
too.
steelbook
That was
case,
good.
Poster and art book. And for those of you who haven't played the previous entry, we have the
Oh,
Resident Evil Village.
that's pretty cool.
Resident Evil 7.
I love that
Biohazard
art.
bundle.
That actually looks really
This
cool.
lets you get your hands on the award-winning RE7 while you wait.
I do love
for
RE7.
Village. Pre-order any of these editions, and you'll be able to get your hands
Yeah.
on both the Mr. Raccoon weapon accessory,
You, the
and
master of
Survival
unlocking with
Resource
your
Pack,
lockpick.
which will offer additional support during the first few hours of gameplay. Finally, digital pre-orders from the PlayStation Store will receive an exclusive.
I like the
Resident Evil
artwork on that
Village
too,
discount.
actually. It's very simplistic, but I actually just like that. It's a jet black tree,
All right,
but the background is
I've been
gray.
waiting for this.
So
I
that's
know you've been
cool.
waiting for this. It's time for the world premiere first look at Resident Evil Village gameplay. Alongside this first look, we have Pete Fabiano back to offer some insights as well. Let's take a look.
Oh. Well, commentary might be okay. I was about to say, like, I don't need commentary, but I guess we'll see. We'll see
Now
what
we're here to
happens.
give you an exclusive first look at Resident Evil Village gameplay.
Captured on the PS5.
Just like in Resident Evil 7 Biohazard, you'll be taking control of Ethan Winters. You'll make your way from the
I really
village
want him to go to
castle.
whatever that little shrine is. 'Cause I'm like that. I feel like
Players
that's
will need
something.
to get in and search for their kidnapped daughter.
I just had a daughter. I can get all in on
Resident
this.
Evil Village keeps the first
I mean,
person perspective. We think
Nothing
it's really
supernatural
well
has happened with her
players
yet, and she hasn't been
detail
kidnapped,
will be
thank God.
created.
But well, I can get behind that. Yeah, okay. I'm in my head. I'm like, because I'm watching this on my TV, and this is like 1080p. I think technically my recording software is making it look worse, or it's just the stream. But I'm like, yeah, just how ornate that looks. I'm like, I thought I didn't care. And every time, like, all that gold on the side, I'm like, but if I saw that gold on the PS5, might look cooler.
Technology. Everything ties in great and creates some beautiful.
This is tough. This is a tough thing. I could make Resident Evil my first PlayStation 5 game. That's, you know, that's, I've never had that opportunity to have a Resident Evil game as my, like, launch title for, you know, a game, for a console. Okay, so they literally form out of bugs. This dude can't catch a break.
Man blood.
Ooh. That's so painful.
Now, let's take a look at him.
Yeah, she is hot. I get why everybody's saying that.
Ethan Winters. You escaped my little brother's idiot games, did you?
Interesting.
Let's see how special you are.
Shifting gears a bit, we're finally going to show off some combat.
I wonder how many enemies we'll have in this game. I would assume we're going to have quite a few. This seems like our pseudo classic zombie. Oh, they've got swords.
Be an important part of the game.
Guarding, huh? Oh. Okay, we got a little counter. They shamble. I can appreciate that. What the F is that?
You need to change up your strategy to defeat them.
It's like a...
Everyone knows what to do with Resident, right?
I love that they kept that in. They could have cut that, and they're like, we're going to keep it in. He missed that first shot.
This time around,
That's okay.
Which allows you to create items such as first aid and ammo.
I like this. We got RE4 coming in. We got crafting, which technically they had in the last one too, so it's not like crazy special, but I like it. They're trying to go Last of Us Part 2, like check every part of the gun.
I've been waiting for you, Mr. Winters.
How do you know my name?
Anyone has heard of the likes of you.
The merchant makes a return. This time he's known as
The Duke.
You'll be going to him to buy and sell weapons.
Got the single action army in there. That's great. We got weapon upgrades back.
The director wanted to give him a unique look, and
I wonder if you can shoot him.
Different situations each time you encounter him. He's an interesting fella.
They took away the tape. They put little paint streaks. I like that. That's very intense. But I guess technically it always sounded like that.
Wait, do you hear that?
Collectibles.
Extra objectives outside of the main.
Oh, that's cool. It's goats.
Of course, it goes without saying that there'll be plenty of puzzles to solve for players to move forward. Oh, and plenty of surprises to keep you on your toes.
Nasty, but I like it.
I haven't cut open a man in a while. Let me string you up, slice you
Okay, so she's in there. See, a million questions. Because I'm like, it's so supernatural.
Well, that's
I don't know. It's just interesting. I'm so curious. And I'll probably still love it either way. But it's just like, man. Oh, I need a PS5, I guess. There we go. I need a PlayStation 5. Didn't see that one coming, but I do. Maiden. I'm going to be real mad because they're going to be like, and this is out today.
But as a character we're referring to as the Maiden.
Ah, that's so cool. It's just like the RE7 demo.
This experience doesn't feature combat or even blocking.
Oh, it's just creepy. Just look around and be amazed. And try to survive. Okay, okay.
We're hoping to have players get a real feel for the visuals and audio as they take the maiden on her journey to find a way out of the castle. And you can download the exclusive demo on PlayStation 5 today. Of course, we want as many people as possible to get a chance to play. So we'll have a separate new demo available on all platforms, ready for sometime this spring.
This year marks the 25th anniversary of the Resident Evil franchise, with the very first game releasing in Japan back on March 22nd.
There's gonna be merch.
Since then, the series has expanded well.
There should be
beyond
merch
original
this year.
games.
Oh, that should be
From toys
fun.
and board games to CG movies to live-action Hollywood films, Resident Evil has become a cultural icon.
Why did they do
Resident
that
Evil
weird
continues to
shift?
offer surprises around every corner.
Like,
So
why'd they
let's
have her
pass
off
it
to the
along
side like that?
producer Yoshi Kanda to hear more about what you can expect in 2021.
Earlier this month, we started inviting players to join a closed beta test.
Okay, so I saw a little bit about this.
But I
already forgot what it was called.
With the 25th anniversary of Resident Evil coming on March 22nd, we are excited to celebrate this milestone with our fans. Last September, we showed off a piece of key art showcasing some of Resident Evil's iconic characters to start the celebration. Now, I'm happy to announce what was behind that. Let's take a look.
World premiere. Oh, it's cell shaded. That is weird. They better not kill Claire. Okay, I'll allow that. I'm like, you better not kill Claire. That's all I know. So it's a crazy. I can't believe it's cell shaded. That's the that's the whole thing that's like throwing me off. Like, whoa, Resident Evil looks different. You know what's funny? I'm kind of like, yeah, at least you get to play as the actual characters.
We're celebrating the 25th
So
anniversary of the franchise.
I'm curious.
Showcasing so many of the characters that
Punk
fans
versus
love.
Leon.
It'll be available for free to
Nemesis
anyone
cut.
who purchases
Hey,
Resident
I
Evil
like
Village.
that.
So be sure to follow the Resident Evil social channels for the latest news.
So,
And check out the official website.
we'll talk about it in a
for
minute.
even more details.
World premiere.
On behalf of Massive Entertainment and Ubisoft, congratulations to the Resident Evil team on their 25th anniversary. We can't wait to get our hands on our reverse. For the occasion, we are bringing a celebration to our game, Tom Clancy's The Division 2. For a limited time, you will be able to collect some of the iconic outfits and items from the original Resident
That's
Evil
a cool
trilogy.
little crossover.
Everyone that logs in during the event will get Leon Kennedy's Raccoon Police Department outfit as a warm-up. Now let's have a look at some of these.
I'll never own this game, but that's still a cool concept. Anything that spreads Resident Evil is great. I love it. I don't care. It is the 25th anniversary. Classic Jill. That Rebecca? Chris? Gotta have Hunk, of course. What's super funny? I swear that looks like Chris's crappy face that everybody hates from Resident Evil 7. That was funny to me. I've been looking forward to this too. I love all the CG movies, so I'm excited for this. And Claire's in it. Perfect. Yeah, I was like, I thought Leon was in it too.
時間軸はバイオハザード4の後の、数年後のお話となっておりまして、レオンがスーツ姿でとある場所でゾンビ事件に巻き込まれます。この作品はですね、Netflix にて全世界、配信になりますので
I'm glad it's coming to Netflix. I've never had an easier time finding one of those movies because I'll admit, it's been all illegal.
But if you missed anything along the way, don't worry.
But I'm excited to see
Keep
this
an eye
new
on
one.
the Resident Evil social channels and official website, which will be sharing everything from today's show. As a quick reminder, Resident Evil Village is available for pre-order starting today for the PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, Xbox Series X, Xbox One, and Steam for PC. And don't forget, PlayStation 5 owners get a sneak peek through downloadable content available worldwide starting today. It has been an absolute honor to celebrate the amazing Resident Evil leading up to its 25th anniversary with all of you across the globe.
Dang.
I'm your host, Brittany Brombacher, and thank you so much for watching. Until next time.
Resident Evil. I still have 58 minutes left. Let's see what else. Oh, it just stays on the screen the whole time. Okay. Okay. So Resident Evil. I'm excited. Resident Evil 8. It looks good. I would like to talk about Resident Evil verse, RE verse that they have. I don't know. I got my little thing here. Yeah, RE verse. So okay. I'm a little scared. But only like a little bit, because I mean, let's be honest. Not a lot of people, including myself, are in love with Resident Evil Resistance, right? It was like, Resident Evil 3 Remake comes out, and it's like, okay, I was looking forward to that. I was so excited. And then I was hurt so much, because Resident Evil 3, for me personally, that's my favorite one. It always goes between 3 and the RE Remake. I think the RE Remake is personally like the best Resident Evil. But when it's like, if I had to choose, I'd choose RE3. I just like playing it. It has a bit more of an action-y feel. I of course love Nemesis because I like the the element of choosing your options. Do you fight him now? Do you wait till he pops up later and scares the crap out of you? Stuff like that I enjoy. Plus, it feels more rewarding a little bit, especially if you fight him. It definitely feels more rewarding because he drops big items, which they do twice in the remake, and it's like, cool. And you drop him the third time, it's like, here's a incendiary grenade. I'm like, what were they doing? I don't know. But Resident Evil Resistance was that kind of that other half, and I'm a little worried. Like, I don't know. I don't. It's so hard not to be like, oh, is this the other half? It does seem like it uses up less resources. I mean, they have, actually, let's check out some pictures here. So this actually doesn't look super cell shaded. I think that was just like, you can definitely see, you can see it in the reflections, like how that's stretching all the way to the background, all the way to over here. So you can definitely see, let's make this cinematic. There we go. So you can definitely see that it's cell shaded, but it does look kind of, normal Resident Evil resources. I don't know what to think of this. All I see with this is just mods, and I'm like, you're done for. You're toast. That's it. But I mean, it's so interesting because it's RE engine, right? So this looks good. I mean, it's RE engine, so I love that they got Cap. Holy crap! Excuse me. So it's RE engine, so they already have the models, they already have the characters. All they did was make new. That's cool. I'm about to. Excuse me. Okay, that was serious. Slight sneezing fit there. Oh, that messed me up. So, cell shaded graphics, but the characters are the actual models from the RE engine. So they look normal. Everything looks good on them. It'll be interesting to see how this stuff plays out, because it seemed like one person was legit playing as Nemesis. So I was like, okay, how does that really play out? Obviously, somebody was playing as Jack with the thing. That's just a funny pause. Like, his face is just like, and he's just like, okay, giant sword chainsaw combo deal. Groovy, as he says in the game. Great reference to Evil Dead, of course. And then it's like, okay, obviously it comes up with the game. 4 to 6 people, multiplayer action. It's just a big old a fight to the death that all Resident Evil fans can enjoy. In Resident Evil Reverse, you can test your skills against other players in 4 to 6 person deathmatch battles. Play as beloved characters from the Resident Evil series and turn the tides of battle with powerful bioweapons. Take part in 5-minute deathmatches where the player with the most points wins. Use the weapons and items you find to take down even more powerful enemies. Turn the tide with Bioweapons Revenge, When your character is taken out, their body transforms into a powerful bioweapon, which can be used against other players. Pick up multiple virus capsules to transform into even stronger bioweapons. Getting revenge with a bioweapon is also a great chance for more points. Okay, so that would explain this. So Jill was just laying them out, and then a bunch of people ended up becoming Nemesis, which I wonder how possible it really is for every person to become Nemesis. Because I would assume, considering that it says, like, pick up multiple capsules to transform into even stronger bioweapons. So it's not like, oh, Jill, when she dies, she turns into her counter, which of course would be Nemesis. Oh, if Leon or if Claire dies, they would turn into their Nemesis, which would be like, oh, well, he might turn into one version of the Tyrant, and she might turn into a different version of the Tyrant. Or she probably ends up getting like, well, I guess it's not tied to anything, but it was like, they had different enemies from Resident Evil 2. And I just assumed like, oh, okay, you kind of, I thought, honestly, just based on the trailer, it seemed like, you kind of just pick them up and then that's how you get to do it. You just kind of unlock them and use them as you see fit. But you have to die, and then poof, here you are. You can become Nemesis. I'm curious about the Jack thing. Considering he has a chainsaw, not a gun, I assume he counts as one of the bioweapons. So that's pretty interesting. Oh, okay. World premiere again. So I like the concept, but I am a little worried. I'm a little scared because of the Resident Evil Resistance stuff. But I will say this. They already have the RE engine models. The cel-shaded look, it's not that it's like, oh, that's super easy, but it's easier. It's not as intense, and it's not nearly as labor intensive as RE Resistance, which was full on. This looks exactly like RE3. It's just online. So then they did show it in here too. I just wasn't paying attention. So, I wonder how many characters they have in this. That'll be interesting.
RE-verse is...
So I like the idea. I like the idea for sure. I like the concept of it all. I think that's cool. I love the fact that it's 5 minutes. They're like, it's a 5-minute deathmatch. You do what you got to do. Boom, you're out of there. So I'll admit, that does make me a little bit happy. I'm like, okay, that makes it simple. It kind of keeps the pace moving a little bit better. So I'm excited for that because it's like, boom, 5 minutes, you're in, you're out. And then it's like, all right, it's a simple deathmatch thing. I would assume that they aren't going to add any other stuff to the, any other modes or anything like that. It would be interesting for sure, but I kind of doubt that'll happen. But ultimately, I am excited. I'm a little upset right now about the whole exclusive PS5 demo. I mean, dang. That's all I can say is, dang, I feel a little bit personally attacked on that. I took that personally. So that sucks. It does. I do need to look up some extra information on that to make sure that that is not a permanent thing, because I know with RE7, the finger demo, that wasn't a permanent thing. That was like, oh, it's a limited time thing. The beginning hour, that's what it was. It's a limited time thing. They did do updates to it, but it's like, technically it was still a limited time thing. You know what? I need to see if I can get in for this closed beta. So, I don't know. Let me see if there's any extra information on here. I love the concept of this. You just escape, and that's pretty much it. So, and then there's another demo, spring 2021. If both of them stay, I think that's okay. And I'm trying to do something really sneaky. So if you don't have a PS5, I highly recommend this random little trick. You can get PS5 stuff on your account and just add it to your library for later. Maybe this won't work because it's a demo. I also just in my thing. So I know you can do it for the PS Plus games. If you have PS Plus, because they always do one extra game for PS5, you can still get those games. You just go to your account online, just go on the actual website and just click on the games that are PS Plus, and then they'll just download for you. They'll add to your library, which is what it said on here. And then it was like, oh, something went wrong. Try again later. So I have to see if I can pull that off. Maybe that'll work. Maybe it won't. We'll have to see. But I'm hoping, and I'm sure they'll put out some information on this as well at some point. If it's not already out, I'm of course days late, so I have to look into it myself. But as long as they leave it out, I'll just play it way down the line. I'm just kind of do it all at once and enjoy it for myself. But if they plan on taking it away, it's one of those things with it being Resident Evil. And it's not like I didn't, I wanted a PS5 anyway, but everybody has their game. Everybody has their thing. And for me, I'm like, I didn't think I cared. This whole time I was like, I didn't care. I don't care. Like, it's Resident Evil. Like, it's going to look great. I don't care. Admittedly, Cyberpunk did kind of F me up a little bit with that, where it was like, ooh. But if it's spread across, and then they were like, yeah, and we would also like to note that it's coming to PS4. And I'm like, okay, that might be all right. But now I'm scared. Thanks, Cyberpunk. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'm probably getting a PS5 for this. I guess I'm getting a PS5 in May. I might not get it, just yet, but I don't know. That's Resident Evil 8. That is the Resident Evil 8 experience, the thingy, whatever the heck they called it. I already freaking forgot. But either way, the showcase, there it is. It was the showcase. I would love to know your thoughts on this. How you guys are feeling, especially with me doing this a little late. You guys have, you've had more time to really kind of sit on this and really think about it. How hot is, the giant vampire lady? That's all everybody's talking about, which I understand. I totally understand. Dashi already has a video up. Dashi already got a video. I can't watch it. I can't look at it. I can't. I just can't. But dang, I want that so bad. I want to play that demo right now. And that really sucks. But I would love to know your thoughts. What are you thinking? Is Resident Evil 8? It's coming out in May, which isn't too bad. It's like, Resident Evil, it was supposed to be April, and then they pushed it back only to May. And it seems like everything's going well. All I can think of is Cyberpunk. I wasn't even excited for that game, but that game just effed me up. I'm like, I'm just worried now. Everything that's cross-platform, it freaks me out. A free upgrade to PS5 version. That one thing is like, okay, I could still get it for PS4 and then just have it again for PS5 or play it again, which odds are I probably will. But at the same time, I might not. And not because I wouldn't like the game, but just based on time, especially being a new dad and everything. I don't even know if I'll be able to actually play the game the day it releases. Who the F knows what's going to happen? I might not have that opportunity. So it's like, if I'm going to have it, and I know I'm going to get a PS5 anyway, should I just go ahead and do it? If I can get one by May, it should be easy to pick one of those up. So that shouldn't be much of an issue at that point anyway. But I'm probably going to end up pre-ordering this. I'm probably going to, for PS5, I'm probably going to pre-order the collector's edition. I do want the collector's edition. It's Resident Evil. I'm going to admit, I'm okay if they don't do that every time they release Resident Evil, because I feel like, I'm going to have to do it because it's Resident Evil. But for now, it's it's only the third game that I've had to do that. I don't know why Best Buy doesn't have this. That's kind of annoying. Oh, they do. But it's because I put in Resident Evil 8 and literally nothing comes up. But here's what comes up when you type in Resident Evil 8 on Best Buy. Okay. So I gotta type in Resident Evil Village. I understand now. But yeah, it's probably gonna be PS5. They got me. If anybody could, it would be Capcom. The only other thing that could come out would be like, surprise, Bayonetta is somehow no longer owned by Nintendo, which it might not be with how long it's taken for that freaking game to come out. I just want Bayonetta 3 so bad. But yeah, it's probably going to be a PS5 pre-order. I cannot believe it. But hey, we'd love to know your thoughts on this. Are you going to get PS5 Collector's Edition, PS4 Collector's Edition, regular edition? What are your thoughts on this? What do you guys think of the extras as well? Like the RE7 kind of callback stuff. I actually think that's kind of a cool idea, but we'll ultimately just see what happens there. But we'd love to know your thoughts on all of this. Resident Evil 8 RE-verse for sure is the main thing that I'm like, how's that going to work out? So I would love to know your thoughts on that for sure. Hopefully this is an okay video as being like the first test of me ever doing this. So hopefully it's all right with you guys. But please put your comments down in the comment section below. Let me know your favorite things, your least favorite things about this announcement. Excited, not excited. I mean, if you're watching you're watching the showcase, you're excited. So how excited are you? I guess is the real question. So please put your comments down in the comment section below. And of course, thanks for watching.